Yeah, he's a character.
Look, he's fucking on the voice box. He's not.
Hey Todd, sorry, you missed the show. Yo, you didn't want to. This ain't no rock show.
Oh, Mom, take it here, Mom.
I will. I'll take it.
Hand it to me.
Well, we can do it afterwards, too. Afterwards outside. You call me afterwards.
Did you have your?
Well, we'll do it afterwards. An autograph session. I have it in here.
Now, can I tell you something?
Yes, ma'am.
You have precious, loving heart.
Oh, thank you.
And we love you for it because we love animals.
Where are you from?
You're a good human being. We live in small town about 100 miles. Down close to Sarasota.
What
You know,
now?
thank you. Sarasota.
Keith works for us at the Columbus Zoo and raises a lot of animals up there. I tried to get all of your autographs before the show. After the show, I'll be right over here and I'll direct you to some pavilion over there. So I didn't get to sign something, I'll be over there signing it for you. It's hard to believe how hot it is. I was just in Glacier Bay, Alaska doing some stuff 36 hours ago. So from about 28 degrees to, what is it here, about 150? It's a lot hotter here, honestly. But it's great to be at Busch Gardens, all the SeaWorlds where I go around and do shows every year. They do such a great job with conservation. Let's have a round of applause for all the animals they say is one that could go extinct in the next 15 years in the wild. One of the rarest cats in the world. Now, Busch Gardens is one of the few facilities in the world, zoological parks, that has a white Bengal tiger. Now, what you may not know, folks, is that the white tiger is not an albino. It carries a recessive gene, all right? The last white tiger ever seen in the wild was in 1956. The Maharaja was hunting. They hunt tigers. They used to hunt tigers in India. He killed the tiger not knowing she had cubs. There was one orange cub and one white cub. And today, every single white tiger is descended from that, not a Siberian tiger. We'll see if it wants something to eat here. Now, a lot of you may be out there and be saying, my gosh, isn't that a beautiful cat? I'd love to have one of those as a pet. But these two people here have been in Busch Gardens for a total of, who knows, 20, 25 years. They spend their life every hour raising this cat. This cat takes a lot of work. They have to bottle feed it every 3 to 4 hours. They have to what we call piddle it, where they have to rub it to make it urinate, because that's what the mother does when she licks it. It's a lot of work. Not only that, it grows up to be 400 to 500 pounds. It grows up to be what I call a loaded gun. People say all the time, you know, should we have wild animals as pets? This is just like a loaded gun. They can go off at any time. And trust me, I've seen tigers in the wild. I've seen them kill a buffalo, an Indian buffalo that weighs 2,500 pounds. It happens in a split second. This cat is one of the largest cats in the world. They also swim very well. Now, we've got another cat coming out here at the end of the show. Claws and everything. Just one little swipe could knock down an Indian buffalo in a matter of a split second. Thank you so much for this. Is a real treat, everybody, to let you see this animal today. That actually can come out here and actually visit you folks. Busch Gardens actually breeds more flamingos than any zoological park in the world. They're a very difficult animal to breed. Now you may think that those are his knees, but those are actually his ankles, I think, right there. Those are his ankles. And the flamingo, when we see the flamingo in Africa, in Lake Naivasha, Lake Nakuru, there are so many thousands, the sky is pink. The flamingo also eats a type of, like a plankton that's in the water. You see that beak? It's a siphon. And what they do to get their color, you may think a flamingo is born wing like a blackbird is black, a bluebird is blue, a redbird is red. So flamingo gets its color from the food it eats. All of the food it eats. Give it a special diet that makes the flamingo pink. And there are animals that is a unique animal, and they just kind of sit there on this. You see them on one leg a lot of times in the water. And again, they sight the plankton with that beautiful beak. Let's have a round of applause for Busch Gardens. Types of lemur. About 30 different types of lemur. And these animals are from Madagascar. Madagascar is an island off the coast of East Africa. The only place in the world, folks, that you find the lemur is in Madagascar. There used to be many, many more species of lemur. You have the little teeny lemurs like this, and they grow up to be a big one, like this rough lemur. We'll try and swing the cage around here so you can see him come down here. Isn't that beautiful? And that long tail is used, not necessarily, even though they climb in trees, they spend a lot of time on the ground. You know, a lot of monkeys have tails in the trees. This isn't, by the way, this isn't really a monkey, it's a persimmon. This animal is pre-monkey and pre-ape. This animal, they can really move fast. Look at those little hands. Those hands are just like our hands. They eat like fruits and vegetables and things like that. And they're so, actually you would never even hear a lemur if he jumped right by you. And then again, they'll use that tail to hold up in the air and locate other lemurs. I think you're just magnificent. They were killed by the tens of thousands. It's not just a porcupine, it's a prehensile tail porcupine. This porcupine is from South America. We have the North American porcupine. Fast. Look at those little hands. Those hands are just like our hands. They eat like fruits and vegetables and things like that. And they're so, actually you would never even hear a lemur if he jumped right by you. And then again, they'll use that tail to hold up in the air and locate other lemurs. I think you're just magnificent. They were killed by the tens of thousands. It's not just a porcupine, it's a prehensile tail porcupine. This porcupine is from South America. We have the North American porcupine. This is the smallest of the porcupine family. You remember Walter Matthau, who's an actor, remember him? Kind of had a nose like old Walter. Look how she picks him up underneath. See, underneath there's not many quills. And if she would have stick herself with those quills, they would go in her with a bar. You want to show with me? You just start the show. And Kathleen lives in England, and she's over here doing some shows right now. And as a little girl, she helped raise a lot of animals in our home. A lot of animals, leopards. My daughter Julie, who's at home, helped raise this animal at our home in Ohio. Kathleen now lives in England and does the show. She just got back from Namibia, Southwest Africa. And she'll be doing a lot of the shows here as I get older. You can imagine I just can't keep up anymore. It's about $60,000 US. That's why the snow leopards on the verge of extinction. We don't even know really how many snow leopards are left down the wild. There might be only about 100, there might be 50, there might be 400. We don't know. There probably aren't 3 people in the world. George Schaller is a person in New York, one of the few people in the world that have ever seen a snow leopard. Because they live on the rocks. Their feet actually have fur on them. It keeps their feet warm. And when it gets real cold, the snow leopard will get down on the rocks and put his tail. His tail is so long and fluffy. He'll wrap himself up with the tail and stay warm. When it gets to be 50, 60 below zero. So then this armadillo worm. This armadillo eats worms naturally. They dig in the dirt. They're both the same family. The two-toed sloth the non-maned armadillo, this is a very prehistoric. They live in the trees. All their time is in the trees. They have a prehensile tail. You can see there. A long prehensile tail is nocturnal. And they have little scent glands. They have little scent glands under here that use for perfume. The natives actually kill this animal and use the scent glands for perfume. The palm scent will eat like little birds, little snakes, eggs, just about anything it can get, it will eat. You don't see these, as I said before, they're not really a rare animal, but this animal is very hard to see at nighttime over in that part of the world. Thank you, Pat. I guess it's called this in the Himalayas. This is a clouded leopard from Asia that lives in the jungles. The clouded leopard, again, there are only about 300 left in the wild that we know of. It grows to about 90 pounds. The clouded leopard spends, 90% of his life is spent in treetops. This animal is one of the few cats in the world that lives in trees. They say it's almost a missing link between the small cats and the large tiger tigers and lions, and it doesn't get to it. It's a very sleek cat. A very long tail to balance itself in the trees. And that coat is valued at about $80,000 when it's full grown. Therefore, that's why it was poached. Today it's because of the loss of habitat. But again, you see this, oh, he's so cute. It's beautiful. See the clouds here? It's got beautiful patches on it. And that's why they call this the clouded leopard. It gets me again about that long, and the tail is as long as the cat is when he's full grown. And Keith's how crazy this is at Mother soon. And we'll be going to Thailand and other parts of the world. I guess he's cleaning up the garbage left by the other animals. Who knows what this is? This folks the ground hornbill from Africa. A lot of times when we're filming over there, we see the ground hornbill over there eating snakes. Believe it or not, beating around the place. You can tell from the beautiful markings on it. Is that a male or female? A female. It looks like somebody I know. What was he eating? Hamburger? Meat. No, not meat. Over here. Do you think he's actually going to jump on that stick? Now there, that's here. Barack, I'm going to take Barack on the letter and show October. Now that would be a good one. One of the largest ground birds in the world. Not like the ostrich still or the emu or the rhino. I don't know what we have next year. We have a lot of animals, seriously, we've never had here at the show before. Sometimes we bring out like little rabbits and chickens and things like that. Today we got some unique animals. I know we have one more animal we need too. It's beautiful too. Just gotta wait and see who comes out here. I don't like to have my back to what's going on. This year on Animal Adventure, by the way, we'll be leaving for Germany in September, Thailand in November, and Antarctica in February. And we have that's a great hotel. A great hotel. And we have the red-tailed hawk out there, right?
Cool.
Two beautiful birds of prey from North America, folks. The red-tailed hawk over here on the left. Look at the red tail. Obviously, the owl is an animal that actually has incredible senses. People say the wise old owl. It's not that the owl is wise. It's great by the size of a pea. It's that it has unbelievable hearing and eyesight. If all the lights were out of this big room here and there was no light at all, this owl could actually catch a mouse. I think I'll stand back here. This tiger is surely grown. People ask me all the time, what about a tiger as a pet or something like that? Let me tell you something. I was here 6 months ago, and this tiger weighed about 15 to 20 pounds.
Wow.
The tiger will gain anywhere from a pound to a pound and a half every other day as it grows older. You asked me about these animals as a pet. You can see what starts happening. This cat gets to be 400 to 500 pounds, which is 3 times the size you see now. Look at the beautiful markings on the cat. Now you can see why the tiger was almost hunted to extinction for its coat. That was stopped back in the 1960s in most different parts of Asia. The problem with the tiger today is that the tiger is a meat eater, all right? And where it's from, especially in India, with so many people, the tiger has very, very little room to live. They have to eat meat. And when a person goes around a tiger, obviously they see the tiger will kill. That's why they call it sometimes a man-eater, which it really isn't. It's just trying to hold its own territory. Therefore, the tiger is killed if it does kill a person. Just like in the Yellowstone Park, the grizzly bear attacks the way they kill a grizzly. So a lot of these animals don't have much of a chance in the wild anymore. Now the tiger, some biologists say the tiger by the year 2015 will be totally extinct in the wild, which would be a tragedy, I think. It always amazes me how a Rembrandt painting costs $50 million, and yet we have a hard time collecting money sometimes to say to a magnificent creature like the Bengal tiger. You have to admit, there's not anything much more grandeur or beautiful than the Bengal tiger with that magnificent coat on there. They live in the jungle. They do like to hunt late in the day. They're not necessarily nocturnal. And they're also one of the few cats that swims both underwater and on top of the water. They also live and kill, and they'll eat putrefied meat. They'll actually eat meat after a week old. Most cats will not do that. They eat the meat and the hyenas get. This cat will bury its meat and come back and get it. I'm not going to let you clap right now, but when these two leave, Debbie and Joe.
They like the